That's a bird wallow right there. A couple of them. A lot of people will confuse those with footprints, especially the ones that are a little bit longer. There's another one right there. So you'll find that the actual tracks, if they're made, are going to be longer but narrower. Be a little bit wider on one end than the other. Bird wallows are almost always either oblong or ovalish in shape or round, and they're usually pretty deep, and you usually find debris piled around the edges of the wallow, whereas with a footprint, whatever is there is just compressed. See, this here looks like a print. See how it's longer? It's not very big though. It's actually about the size of my own print, so I'm gonna guess that one's probably a human. And I'm gonna suggest at this point that those were probably made by quail. I know last time I was down here, I flushed at least 2 to 3 quails. I also saw a pheasant further down, but I didn't see any in this particular stretch of woods. Just the quail. See a place here. This kind of looks strange. Back up a little bit. Almost looks as though something may have been sitting here or laid down here. Got a broken stick there, right in the middle of it. It's kind of big for a bird wallow all on one location. There's some more in here. Could be deer. I know there are deer down here, so. Well, hey everybody, after that introduction I want to welcome you to another episode of Into the Woods. I'm your host, Dan, the Bigfoot man, and basically these series of hikes are going to be about mostly about woodcraft and tracking and wildlife and nature and all those other things that go along with Bigfoot hunting. And as you can see, I got my hunter safety orange on. I'm not hunting. I don't have a hunting license. Don't even own a gun, but it's always top priority, no matter what you're doing, is to be safe at what you're doing. And that includes having the equipment to do the job right. During hunting season in this state, hunters are required to wear orange. No matter what state you're in, if you're going to be in a place where hunting may be taking part or taking place rather, you're going to want to make sure that you stay safe. And one of the ways you can do that is by wearing appropriate clothing for the environment that you're in, which in my case today, it's in the mid to low 40s, so I've got bundled up fairly good. And I got my hunter safety orange on, 2 articles, so you can see me front and back a little bit. So if anybody shoots me, they're a moron, and I'll come back and haunt you. So, so if you happen to see this after the fact, and you never hear from me again, you know what happened, and I'll be haunting some people. A good Halloween story, but we'll talk about that next October. But right now, we've been traveling, I've gone about 3/4 to a little over 3/4 of a mile down this old access road. It's very rarely used. And let me pan the camera a little bit and I'll show you some of what I'm looking at here. Prior to this, I talked a little bit about bird wallows and how they're made, but this one I'm looking at right now is definitely very strange if it was made by birds. I'm not really sure what made it, but it's not your typical bird wallow. So I'm going to do a quick edit cut here, and then we'll pan the what I can see here. And this is actually encompasses several feet. I'm not really sure what this all means. Being this time of year in the rut and being in an area where deer are known to hang out, it's possible that this may have been caused by a couple of young bucks fighting for position in the herd. But I'll show you what I got. Okay, that is the beginning of the wallow right there. Not really a wallow, but see where it's all piled up. It's hard to tell what it is in 2D here. Maybe next year I'll be able to afford a 3D camera and we can do this and you can really see what it looks like. But that's the beginning of it. And almost within a touch of that is some more. And you can see where it goes right down along here, then up around that way, and there's some really big ones there that I'm going to measure. Right, they don't really show up very good here, but it actually goes right down to this spot right there. So it covers quite a bit of distance. So that's the extent of it way down here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 17. My pace is just about 24 inches, so it's 17 times 2. We're about 34 feet of what looks to be, and again, you know, it's possibly that was kind of done by a couple of bucks, but what's disturbing me about this is that I don't see any footprints here. So I'm kind of at a loss as to explain it clearly or definitively, but again, I'd say it's quite likely this is actually done by a couple of young buck deer. It's much more involved than your normal bird wallow, so, and it's way too big to be footprints, of course, but who knows, maybe a couple of Bigfoot were, you know, having some fisticuffs, a couple of young ones. This particular area here, I've actually been tracking for about 3 years now, off and on, and I've found about 4 different sizes of what looked to me like Bigfoot footprints. The smallest one was about 9 inches, but they go up to about 16 to 17 inches in length, so you never know. It's hard to tell. I can't say definitively, like I said, because I haven't seen it, but we have to go on something, and right now all I have to go on is speculation. Same way that most Bigfoot hunters do, even though there are quite a few out there that will actually put their speculation forth as fact. But we'll move on and see what else we can find for evidence today. Pretty thick in here. You can see, if you're careful, pay attention to what you're looking for, you can see the game trails. For instance, you can see right in there the ground tucked up a little bit, and right through there kind of looks like a V through it. There's another one goes up this way, but it's not very big. So that would be something small, like you know, like wildcats would do, bobcats, beavers, that sort of, you know, size animals. This one is more deer-sized, and what do we have here? This in case you've never seen that before, is equal down. See the striations on the feather? Find stuff like that very often in the woods. tree up in here is actually, during the summer months, I've gotten some good video of a bald eagle and her young one. And up in there is, where is it? Yeah, there it is. There's another bird's nest right up in there. Not much left to it. It's not the eagle's nest, it's another type of bird. Now, there are times when I think Bigfooting is one of the most miserable hobbies there are. Been out here for several hours now, and I've actually come across Zippo for sign. If I was a deer hunter, I'd probably bagged something by now. But I'm not. I'm coming up on another wash here, and we'll follow that up the wash a little bit before we cross over, because the banks are pretty steep, pretty mucky down below. I heard what sounded like some voices. Neat little canyon filled with all kinds of debris. I've got about 45 minutes left of light, so I'm going to start heading back to the car, because it's actually going to take me about 2 hours to get back there. But you never know. You may come across something interesting yet. Ow. Head back to that wash. Cross over. This is a heavily traveled piece right here. What I wanted to show you, right in there, it's where an underground stream comes out. That's what created this wash. It only goes back. I crawled in there when it was nice out there in the summertime. It only goes back a few feet, and then there's, you know, like maybe a couple of foot hole or so where the water comes out of, so nothing lives up in there. But it's pretty cool. You don't have too many underground streams that we're aware of here in the state of Maine. That's one of the few. Actually, it's the only one that I'm aware of, so. I'm sure there are more, but that's the only one I know of. Voila. A couple of what looks like footprints there, but maybe I'll get a cut here and set up my truck.